Hi everyone, my name is Stacy Anderson and I am the College and Career Counselor at Wissahickon High School. It is my pleasure to join you for this very special program. Tonight I introduce to you 10 Wissahickon High School National Merit finalists. The National Merit Scholarship Program identifies and honors academically talented high school students. During their junior year, these students sat for the preliminary SAT with 1.6 million others and scored among the top 16,000 semifinalists. These students then submitted additional test scores, essays, and academic information for review before being notified in February that they were among the 15,000 finalists. Each year, at a spring school board meeting, our finalists have the honor of recognizing an educator within the Wissahickon community that has made a difference in their academic experience. Each student has chosen a book to present to the educator and will read a brief inscription that they put inside. Though we aren't able to celebrate in person this year, please join me in recognizing these amazing students and the educators who have helped them along the way.
Hi, my name is Dana Kuo. I'm going to Penn State next year to study biology and potentially political science or health policy. I chose to recognize Mr. Shoemaker, my 11th grade APUSH teacher, with the book The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. So Mr. Shoemaker, I just want to say thank you for being such an amazing teacher and for helping me look at things from a different perspective. You taught me that achieving goals is like running a marathon and to not run on my heels when it matters most. Thank you.
My name is Ari Sasson, and I'll be attending Vanderbilt University to study economics and political science. I'm recognizing Mr. McDaniels, my 9th and 10th grade social studies teacher, with the book Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. Mr. McDaniels, thank you for always being there for me, both in and outside of class. Whether it were to talk about current events, what we did over the weekend, or about anything at all, your conversation stuck with me and helped me grow to be better. You brought a friendly approach to teaching, all while guiding me throughout the first 2 years of high school. I grew a lot during high school, and you were a big reason why. Thank you.
I'm Emma Hubbs. I'm going to Pitt Honors next year to study biology, psychology, and minoring in English. I had Mr. Tarnicki in 8th grade for language arts, and I'm giving him East of Eden by John Steinbeck. If you ask Mr. Tarnicki who he is, he'd tell you that he's a self-taught chicken husbander, a prolific beekeeper, a passionate naturalist, a 21st century transcendentalist, and the father of 2 budding explorers. But to his students, he's so much more. He's Robin Williams in Dead Poets Society. He's the escaped prisoner in Plato's Allegory of the Cave. He's the natural teacher Emerson praises in his essay on education. He taught me that sometimes you have to get lost to find yourself, and his contagious passion opened my eyes and my heart to a world of authors and the legacy of literature that I couldn't live without. So for that, I owe him the world in return.
Hi, my name is Victoria Chung. I'll be attending Yale University studying ethics, politics, and economics, and I'm going to be nominating Mr. Yost, my 11th grade English teacher, with the book 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Mr. Yost, this book is called 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, and while its lessons, which range from topics like AI to religion, hold insanely relevant and well-written merit, I believe there is something slightly, although also fundamentally wrong with this book. This is that there are actually 22 lessons, the missing one being that if high school is the best 4 years of your life, you're doing something wrong. You told us that once, and that's probably the best piece of advice I've ever received. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Evan Tiang. I'm attending Boston University in the fall and planning to major in biochemistry and molecular biology. Today I'm recognizing Mrs. O'Brien, my teacher in 5th grade, and the book I selected is The Phantom Tollbooth. As I look back at my entire time spent in school, there's always been something that stuck out to me during each year of my life. In 5th grade, this moment was our class reading Maniac McGee, a book I know is one of your favorites and one that still impacts me today. I didn't know at the time, but this was my first venture into discussing quote-unquote real-world issues, and that's one of the most distinguishing characteristics of my final year in elementary school, transitioning to become a more mature and responsible student. Mrs. O'Brien, through your evident enthusiasm and eagerness for teaching, you made a positive impact not only on me, but also everyone in my class and more. You helped me find my independence and leadership when I was just 10 years old. You were there to support me no matter what I was doing, whether I was King Arthur in the school play or just a kid really interested in math. I will always appreciate how you expanded my love of learning and education at a young age, and that's why I decided to gift the Phantom Tollbooth, which explores similar themes. You helped me investigate the unknown and discover the mysteries of the world. You have left a lasting legacy on me, and I know that you will do the same for all the graduating 5.0 classes to come. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nina Zhang, and I'll be attending Duke University in the fall, where I plan to study neuroscience with a minor in German. Today, I am presenting Miss Rakobinski, my 6th and 8th grade gifted teacher, with The Book Thief by Mark Zuzak. Dear Miss Rakobinski, because I have proclaimed myself a STEM major, it's easy to forget that my first love was always reading and writing. Just like The Book Thief, you taught, encouraged, and reminded me of the power of words. The blog I made in gifted writing for fun remains a somewhat embarrassing point of pride all these years later. I will never forget how in that class you told me, a mere 13-year-old, that I will publish a book one day. When I do, I'll send it to you. But for now, this is all I have. To quote the author, I have hated words and I have loved them, and I hope I have made them right. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Panav Sheth, and I'm going to be majoring in computer science at probably Schreier Honors College at Penn State University. Today I'd like to honor Mr. Henschel, who was my 8th grade science teacher and is more recently my head coach because I've been mentoring the middle school robotics team with him. And Mr. Henschel never fails to make the best out of any situation, and his cheerful mood and uplifting tone makes him both a great teacher and mentor. I'm giving Mr. Henschel the book Packing for Mars by Mary Roach because it teaches science in an engaging and interesting way, much like Mr. Henschel did for me. And thank you so much to Mr. Henschel for providing me with the basis in both science and leadership.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Hahn, and I'll be attending UChicago in the fall, probably for econ or sociology. I am presenting Mr. Bialka, my 8th grade language arts teacher, with The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Hey Mr. Bialka, on one of the essays I submitted, you wrote something like, I know you call yourself a math kid, but that's not what I see. Up until that point, though I read and wrote stuff, I'd never considered myself a reader or writer. In your class, you created a space where I could learn without limits, and where I wanted to learn, just for the love of it. Thanks to you, and admittedly just a little bit of stat existing as a subject, I don't and won't ever confine myself to math kid ever again. I'm giving you The Catcher in the Rye because it's my favorite, but also just because Holden Caulfield, who I love, is a whiny emo kid with a select few redeemable traits, and that's not an awful summary of most 8th graders. Wherever I go from here, I'm glad to be bringing a love of reading and writing with me, and I owe so much of that to you. Thank you!
Hi, my name is Maya Antonio. I'll be attending Haverford College in the fall, and I'm currently undecided about my major. I'm recognizing Mrs. Woodland Smith, my AP Calculus teacher in 11th grade, and the book I chose is Victor Hugo's Les Miserables. The reason I chose Les Miserables is because it was one of the most difficult books I've ever read, but also one of the most rewarding. Similarly, AP Calculus was one of the most difficult but rewarding classes I've ever taken, largely due to your support and encouragement. I've always struggled to reach out to teachers, feeling like asking for help would be a reflection of weakness, but you've made yourself really accessible and were always supportive of my reaching out for help. Your encouragement motivated me to keep improving in spite of my struggles in the class. From the self-reflection feedback forums to the after-school pep talks you gave me, you played a huge role in helping me believe in the value of the growth mindset, in the importance of growth over grades, and in the reward of learning for the sake of learning. These are valuable and enduring lessons that I know will help my confidence in reaching out to professors in college, as well as in my future adult life. Thank you for all of your help and support. I really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Katie Sabozhikov, and I'm going to be attending MIT next year to study bioengineering. I chose to recognize Mrs. Valtek, who was my senior year biochemistry teacher. Her class was a place for us to learn relevant material, but also have fun and explore interests along the way. She was always there for me to talk about future plans, or the lack thereof, swimming, and the realities of being a working mother. Find a Way explores the author's journey swimming from Cuba to Florida, and although I know Mrs. Valtek has no desire, and probably never will have the desire to do so, the messages in the story of believing in yourself, finding out what you love to do, and surrounding yourself with supportive and loving people like herself is something that I've gained from her. Thank you.